No cap, no shade, no judge, all real, all facts, keep it 100. No cap, no shade, no judge, all real, all facts, keep it 100. No cap, no shade, no judge, all real. Oh, okay.
Hey, everybody.
All right. What's going on?
Happy Thursday.
Well, happy Thursday to you too. How things
what
going?
A night. We got a good night tonight.
Okay. All right. I'm ready for a good night.
Yes. I know, right?
What
Usually my good night consists of going to bed early, but
except for on Thursdays, right?
Except for Thursdays. That's my late night.
That is your late night.
That's my late night.
This is what I call my club night, because about 11:15, 11:20. But I will say this. It seems like I get my best sleep on Thursday nights because I'm making myself stay up longer, and I'll sleep the night. I'll sleep till at least 5:30. Gotcha. Other times I'll wake up at 2, 3:30 for a little bit, and then get my day started. So, well, what's good, people?
I can't think of the last time I got up early. I'll be honest with you. That might sound lazy to some people, but if I don't have to get up to go to work, you can hit me about 12 o'clock is when I'm gonna get up. I'm sorry.
Oh wow.
Well, I'm a
night owl. Like this would be perfect for me if I didn't have a day job because I'm a night owl. Yeah. And it's easy for me to stay up. I mean, I do travel too. And so the other night I was literally up and I was like I had a long weekend. When I realized it was 5 a.m.
Wow.
I sat at my computer. I sat down to my computer at 2:30, 3 o'clock that afternoon. And I got up from my computer where I'm sitting right now at 5 a.m. Booking travel, doing taxes, and just just doing some stuff online. Okay. And I was like, "Are you kidding me? It is
wow
in the morning."
I really thought you say that you sat down like at 2 a.m.
No, 2 o'clock p.m.
p.m.
Yeah, I've been dreaming that I was getting taxes done and travel. I've been dreaming about that. That's about it.
It's very easy. When I tell you, it's very easy if you're doing stuff and you're focused, it's very easy to lose track of time.
Definitely. I agree with it.
Yeah, me too. I agree with that. That makes all the sense in the world. Well, Courtney, what's been going on in your world?
Besides work and stuff, just getting some new, whipping up some new stuff with Keep It Connected. I think this summer I'm going to be very, very busy with some events and stuff I'm going to try to attend. Got some new episodes coming up next week. So yeah, just staying busy. Trying to get used to this daylight savings time.
I know.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Feel like I'm still behind on sleep, and I'm a nap girl, so I'm gonna take a nap every day, and I'm still tired.
As I drink, look, I think about now how we used to hate taking naps back in the day. I dream about them suckers now.
Yeah, they are essential. Yes, I love that.
They are. Look, we get 15-minute breaks. I work from home. We get 15-minute breaks.
Okay.
Do you know what I do on my 15-minute break?
Sleep.
Nap. I go right to my bed, lay down, take a 14-minute nap, get back up and go to work.
Yep. The same way.
That's so sad.
No, it's not.
Y'all need it. That's pitiful. That's just absolutely
so sad.
It's not sad. Look,
my God,
I'm team naps, so nothing's wrong with that.
Nothing's wrong with a nap.
My wife right now would be talking about Houston. I know you ain't saying nothing. You fall asleep on a dime. So I'm just picking. Yeah, I'm just picking with you guys. I am just picking.
So anybody else got anything going on? Houston, what you got going on?
Yeah. Oh man. Me, I see. What do I have going on? Well, I've definitely got a couple of projects that I'm working on. That I'm working on. John Ivy and myself, we kind of put something together called Ivy Vines Media Marketing. So we're looking at a office space, possibly in the Raleigh-Durham area.
Okay.
Because I want to do some more podcasts live, in the studio and some photography shoots and stuff.
Okay.
And definitely I got rid of some camera equipment that I had because I had my eye on another camera. So I kind of got that worked out. So I'm a little excited about projects.
Wait. You said you got rid of some cameras.
Yep.
Because you had some new. See, y'all think that works. It doesn't work that way.
What do you mean?
You got rid of some stuff because you wanted to buy some more stuff.
Right.
That sounds like some woman tactics to me.
No, that's called I'm not gonna spend $1,000 on top of what I have, but I can sell 4 of these and get the $1,000.
True.
Because I knew certain cameras I knew I wasn't gonna use again.
I can see that.
Yeah. And the cameras were in great shape. I just wanted I really want something mirrorless because doing weddings and doing different events, mirrorless cameras work so much better in low light. It looks beautiful in low light.
Okay.
So I don't have to worry about having a flash on top at all times, and the quality's better. It works out. It works out. Cool. So some commercials. So if you got a business out there, we're looking to do some commercials too. So we're about to do a few things.
Wow.
Well, little old me, what do I have going on? I don't really have, well, yes, I do. So you guys know I do travel. So anybody looking to travel, hit me up. Okay. But I'm doing the Conley reunion cruise.
Okay.
And it is getting bigger every day.
Got it.
Wow. So I am definitely staying busy with that one. Okay. Plus my travel with my military friends, and just I'm getting it in this year. I thought I traveled a lot last year, but they got me in it to win it this year.
Okay.
So don't try to sugarcoat it. You did travel a lot last year. Don't be trying to make it like that.
But you know what? It's March, and I already have New York, Vegas, a cruise, and where else we're going?
Wow.
And somewhere else already. So
and we might be adding South Carolina play on the list too.
Yes, and you know what, Houston, I am really thinking about that one.
Okay.
Yeah. We might have to all talk about that one, Courtney. You might have to ride out with us.
All right.
And speaking of, that's one of our guests tonight, and I'm a sucker for a stage play, so I really want to know, what's going on and how everything is going to go. I think stage plays to me are better than movies, and when I say that, it's because movies get takes over and over and over and over until they get perfection. A stage play is all about the person on the stage. Like you have to know how to improvise, or you need to have those lines down pat.
Right.
I've been in plenty of plays.
And I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Ursula, did we ever do a play together?
No, we have not. We need to rectify that. We talk to Tamika when she come back on.
Okay. Yeah, because I know I've done some with Sycamore Chapel that we had. So I didn't know.
We were in the skit Heaven or Hell together, didn't we? That Junior did.
You know what? I don't know if I was in that one.
You don't know? Okay.
I don't know. But I did some with Jay Red and his wife. What is it called? Redmond Productions. So I did a travel and play. I did a travel and play with them for about 3 months. So that was cool. That was cool. Yeah. I was the drunk uncle, but I always had something bad that people didn't know about. So I would break out my harmonica because people really didn't know I could play a harmonica. So that would kind of
wow.
And you know, I could dance a little bit, so they didn't expect that from the uncle with his pants way up here. So it
okay.
Cool. Everybody always like, you look like you just so stiff, and I can't picture you do. And I was shocked. Like, don't let the smooth taste fool you.
Oh. Well, we might have to see that at the reunion in Houston to see what kind of moves you got.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna have to pull that up.
To this reunion. That's what he should be doing. Him and his wife should be on this cruise. If she can hear me, they should be on this cruise with everybody. But of course, you know,
I might be on that cruise, but she would not. She does not care to be on a cruise. Period.
Me neither.
Really?
Me neither.
Tell her she will have so much fun.
Not a fan of cruises.
She said that all that water.
Let me tell you, as a person who cannot swim, who
me too,
is petrified of water.
Me too.
I thought I was gonna be nervous. I thought I was gonna be scared. It was gonna be easy. I have enjoyed. I got seasick once, but I have enjoyed every cruise I have been on. I went with my kids. I was able to party with my son. You know what I'm saying? We had a great time. My daughter, she was safe enough. It was safe enough where I could let her roam the ship with her cousin. They had their own teen club. They was able to go to the movies, out on the deck at 1:00 in the morning. I'm in the room asleep.
And that's the thing about a cruise. You don't have to worry about people disappearing because you can't go so far. You own that ship somewhere unless you fell off.
The only rule I had was they can't go. They can go up top, but they can't go outside on where the railings is.
Right.
Unless we're out there, all of us together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they definitely can't do it at night.
Right. I get it.
So, but I think if you ever, because we had to get my mom and dad on a plane and then on a boat. So,
oh wow.
And my dad's like, he does not fly. So,
I'm not a fan of flying either.
Courtney, well, how are you going anywhere besides driving?
Come on, Courtney, keep it connected. It's got to go international. You got to get together.
We get. I've flown a few times, but I'm gonna have a window seat, and I'm not gonna talk to you till we get there. So, so. That's just how it is. I'm not gonna have a conversation on the plane.
If you ever saw Soul Plane, what did Monique say? She said, "Find that black box as the only thing that ever survives."
It said, "Sit right on top of it."
Sit right on top.
Right.
That is true. That is very, very true.
But yeah, I think we have a lot going on. Hopefully, me in Houston, we have a couple of press pass possibilities for events coming to the PNC Arena. We have two people that we are supposed to get scheduled for a one-on-one interview, which is a friend of mine from high school and a friend of mine from my adulthood, telling their stories. But we're just looking for the right place. We want it to be perfect, and so plus their stories is kind of an intimate kind of story. And so we didn't want to do it virtual, or we didn't want to do it in the studio. But we have a lot of things going on. I will say thank you, Houston. He's come in and just changed the trajectory of keeping it 100, like a whole 180. So I appreciate
it. Houston is the guy for that. I will agree.
Well, I appreciate it, ladies. Hold on. No, it's definitely a learning. It's definitely a learning curve. Having the right people in your corner. I've got a great design team that I'm working with, and I've got a team of at least 4 videographers and photographers that I can work with at any time. So if we need to go shoot something, or someone has an event they want us to cover, now I've got 3 great hosts right here, myself, 2 ladies here. So let's put this out there. If you have an event coming up and you want it to be off the chain, and we record it and we do some interviews of the people there to make it look like something that you've never seen before.
Yes.
Give one of us a call, we'll put it together.
Definitely.
Make it happen.
Oh yeah. So
and
let's see.
Each one teach one, each one reach one.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people think that they can't succeed unless they do everything. They can't share the spotlight. Nobody can, they can't be on the same platform or playing field as someone else because it takes time away from them. If what you do is what you're meant to do, you do it. You know what I'm saying? You stay in your lane and you work your own, you work your stuff yourself.
Yeah.
But people don't want to share what they call the spotlight.
Right. That's true. That is very, very true. That is very true. Now, I tell you what, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to try to find it in just a little bit. Hopefully we can talk about that as well. I am going to be trying to get, there's a gentleman for a show like we're doing tonight. His name is Elton Benjamin.
Yes.
And he has, I don't know what it's called right now off the top of my head, but he has a major event that is coming to Raleigh, Durham. And if you are someone that's into podcast, someone that is that has a small business, a variety of different things, they've got a group of people that are coming to kind of give us pointers and some information about how to get your business to another level, how to get your podcast to another level, understanding the algorithm, behind the scenes information. It's going to be a great weekend.
And Courtney, let me tell you how small the world is, because Houston was telling me about this guy that had this big, huge event that had all these TikTokers coming in and this big, huge event. And he was telling me he told me the guy's name. And I'm like, this man has done been in my house. His daughters done spent the night. That's one of my daughter's friends. And they danced together. They used to they were co-captains on the step team at middle school together.
Wow.
It's a small world. Like I had access to this person this whole time and didn't know.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the event is going to be, make sure I tell you guys this. I'm going to see if I can post it up here later. The event's going to be May 17th and 18th. And it's called Creativerse, the Creativerse Conference. And it's going to be at Red Hat. So what Creativerse is the name of the event.
And what's the
if you look that up on Eventbrite, you can look that up on the Eventbrite as well.
What was the date?
May 17th and 18th. And if you don't know who the speaker is, everybody when you get a chance, look up the name Chris Do. Chris D-O.
Okay.
He is he's a world-renowned speaker, young guy. I don't think he's over 30. I don't think he's over 30 years old. He may be somewhere but he looked like he's 12. But he goes and he talks to major companies, small businesses about how to grow through social media and what's the next thing that's coming and how to get involved in that next thing. So he came last year. I was not expecting to get a chance to do a sit-down interview with him because he's such a big character. So I thought that, I'd get some pictures and video of him walking by. And he actually asked Elton, he was like, so why am I not getting interviewed by this young man? Because I had my lights, cameras, and everything set up. So I actually got a chance to sit down and interview him and go into some detail about some things that he does. But all of us, we got to figure out how we can go to this event. It's a paid event. And you have to put money behind the stuff that you want to do. So it has some cost to it.
I agree with that.
Yeah, it has some cost to it. But I think he emailed me some information to get $100 off for anybody that I want to invite. I may have 10 tickets. I'm not sure to get that discount, but I'll make sure we find out.
Okay. Yeah, let me know because I want to support him anyway because he's a great guy anyway. But definitely let me know because I need to know stuff in advance to make sure I can clear my calendar because you already know.
Gotcha. We can definitely do that. 17th, 18th, and 19th. I think I got to find out for sure which is which. If it's just 2 days or 3 days. So what else do we got? Who do we have coming up tonight?
So we have upcoming. We have an artist by the name of J Lock.
Okay.
And Jay, we're friends on Facebook, And I've seen a lot of posts that he's done, when he shares his music. And he definitely has a voice. I will say that. I'm not sure if any of you guys are familiar with his work. Can y'all hear me? There was some static that came in.
It's like it's some background noise.
Oh, okay.
There it goes. Is it gone now?
Yeah, it's gone.
My bad. I was trying to pull him up, but I didn't know y'all maybe hear.
Gotcha.
But he does, according to his profile, he is the CEO and co-owner of In His Hands Tax Service. And he's CEO of Alpha by JLock LLC. So we need to talk to him about what that is, what that is about. He actually from the Durham area. He has a new single that he just released. It's called Heartbreak.
Okay.
And, we do have the link for the song. You want to go ahead and play the song, play excerpt of the song, Houston?
Did you want me to play it, or you can play it? Which gonna work better?
Either one. It's in the chat. I'll
in the chat. It's in the private chat. I was doing it just a second ago, and I think that's what took over everything. So Courtney, you could hear it, but Ursula, you couldn't hear it.
No. You me click on it?
Yes.
Hold on.
Yes. See if you can play it.
Just muted yourself. Hold on. I think it was me. 1 second.
Okay. Let's see here. Might have to play it on your phone.
Okay. You have a commercial. Can you hear it?
Yes. I hear something.
Here's something. Yeah.
1 second. You hear it?
Nope.
You guys hear it?
Nope. We'll come back to it. Once we get him on and you guys are talking to him, I'll see if I can pull it up.
So you mean just play it from the phone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up. It's a fantastic song. I was listening to it today. Give me 1 second.
Cool.
Hopefully he'll be joining us here soon, so we can pull him right on in. So while she's pulling that up, now Courtney, I know that you've got a couple of interviews and stuff that you're going to be working on coming up shortly. You got anything in your pocket that you're working on, or any ideas that you're working on for another show?
So the up and coming next week, yours truly, Houston, you will be on the show. Quick business spotlight about Incite-tv and all that good stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the quick series on Friend or Foe, and then I may try to go ahead in the month of April, kind of do like a health and fitness on the outside, kind of come from inside and go outside. It dawned on me the other day, I was at the park walking and stuff, and it was just some people out there just sitting and looking around, and I guess just trying to get caught up with the warm weather. So I may do a quick health and wellness series outside.
Okay.
Some new faces and just, people's thoughts and stuff about what's going on, stuff like that on the track. So I think that'll be kind of dope.
Okay. That'll definitely work.
Yeah.
That'll definitely work.
So busy.
You having any luck?
Yeah, I'm ready. You guys ready?
Yes.
Yes, because I can pull it up.
This is Heartbreak by JLock.
Okay.
Can you hear it?
Yes.
How was I to know how to let it go? And how was I supposed to just take it slow? My heart beating fast, got my blood pumping. I ain't really never had nothing. Yeah, no one taught me how to love something. We was in the max, pushing it to the max. Yeah, 252. Now we got the whole club jumping. But it all just fades away someday.
Okay. All right. Keep that right there. Pause that for a second. Pause that. Okay.
Now let me tell you, when I heard it, I was listening to the song. Oh, you got it.
Yeah, go ahead though. Keep talking.
I was listening to it, and of course I heard the lyrics, right? But it was the hook that kind of got me, right?
Okay.
And anybody that's ever been through heartbreak, right? The one significant thing that happens after time is it all just fades away. Someday. And I was like, wow, like just that one line kind of sums up, I've had my heart broke before, and plenty of times. But when I'm in that moment, it feels like there's no tomorrow.
Right.
Correct.
But eventually you get to a place where you're okay.
Yeah.
And it just it takes time.
It takes time.
Definitely.
It takes time. You know what? Let me see, because I know you was playing it from your phone. Let me see if I can play it here, just maybe 30 seconds of it, okay? Let me see. And let me know if you guys can hear it.
And I will tell you, the only thing better than that would have been a video.
Yes, I think that's going to be something he's going to be working
on. Okay.
Hopefully he pops in, because I definitely want to hear, how he came about with this song.
Yes, definitely.
I think the story behind how some people come up, people that write their own songs. Now, not people who write, but people that write their own
songs. Yeah.
What they went through to come up with those lyrics.
Definitely.
Is it working? Is it not playing, Houston?
Again?
Is it not playing?
I thought y'all could hear it the whole time.
No, we just hearing each
other. I heard somebody say, "Oh yes." I thought new meant that you could hear it. So we just have to come back. That's what we have to test that next time. We'll test that next time.
Okay.
Make sure we get that working.
But yeah, we did hear the song, and like he said, I was just telling Courtney, I can't wait to ask him how, what he went through or how he came up with that song. Because like I said, it spoke to me, because I'm going to tell you, anytime I've ever been in a situation that I had my heart broke, the first thing I said, once I was able to have a clear head for a moment was, "Hey, Jay, how you doing?
What's going on?"
And we were just talking about the song. We played an excerpt of your song, Heartbreak.
Yeah.
And I was just telling them that the whole song, I love the whole song, but the one line that stood out to me was the line that said, "It all just fades away someday."
Right.
So what was your, how did you come about with this song?
This song is kind of talking about just like experiences, right? Like, it's that moment when you realize that you got some stuff to work on. Be it just within yourself, which is everyone, no one's perfect. Everybody has their demons, their shortcomings. Some are personal experiences, some are situational, so it really talks about just that moment when you realize, like, yo, I gotta get some stuff. Like, I gotta really look at my actions. I gotta really look at what I'm doing for myself, mentally, emotionally, in some cases physically, you know,
Right.
and just really take a personal stance on your personal well-being.
Yeah. And like I was telling Courtney when we listened to after we listened to the song, that it was at some point in time when I was going through heartbreak, that when I was in the midst of what I was, that heartbreak, that turmoil, and all I wanted to do was get to a place where I was whole again.
Yeah.
And it was like a day by day, and then one day you realize that stuff is in the rearview mirror and you didn't even really realize it.
Right.
But it's in your rearview mirror, and although you still have what do you call it, that sentimental kind of thing, eventually even that goes away.
Yeah.
Right.
And so when I was listening to the song, and when it says, and you got that hook and it says it all just fades away someday, and it just hit me because I have been there. And when you finally wake up that day, and it's never really a day that you can pinpoint, but it's just one day you realize I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good now.
You know what? Let me say this, because when I listen to the song, I'm like, man, it's really true. It just all fades away over time. But it's a process. So for me, and everybody processes things differently. For me, I had to put that heartbreak to rest as if though it was a death.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
That's what worked for me. Is when I finally got to the point that I have to look at this person as if though they died. And that was the only way I could process and get past it for me. Is because once I did that and go, you know what, no matter what the situation was, no matter whether she was wrong, I was wrong, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over. So the only way I could finally process it is like I had to really go through a few days of grieving, going, okay, she passed away. She faded away. I just had to look at it like that. And like you said, with you being a creative artist, you can kind of round that up into something that people can understand.
True.
Yeah, because everybody's process is different.
Right.
And the funny thing about that chorus is it was cliche.
Really?
Because it doesn't all fade away. It takes the work, you know what I mean, that you got to put into it. I think when we first experience a heartbreak or failure, we try to, especially men, we try to shake it off and just get out.
I was about to say that same thing.
You know what I mean? And those things for men is, I will say this, much harder than it is for women.
True.
Really?
Much harder. Much harder. And
Yeah.
it takes longer to get over. Because women, y'all get together and y'all little support groups, and y'all eat Rocky Road ice cream and watch Lifetime and purge.
And look, and J Lock, and this is what they do too. They be like, girl, he won't no good nowhere.
Yes.
Bash. Whether he was or not. I mean, and men will say the same thing to each other, but you guys really have a great support system. Whether you were wrong or right, people are going to come to your corner. They're going to come to your corner and go, girl, now I know you shouldn't have done that, but Lord, whatever the case may be. But for men, a lot of times, unless you got really close friends, they're not going to come to you and say, you all right? Most guys, they just don't do that. You may have some great friends that may do that and check on you and make sure you're okay. But y'all ladies that go to a movie together and cry and get it all out,
so they go parties to breakup parties. Like, where that come from, right?
Right.
Some of them do.
Is that right?
I said some of them do, not all of them.
Right. I mean, and don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I know some of it,
but but for us, a lot of us won't say anything a lot of us are just internalize it, and that's toxic because you got to keep that. You hold on to that. So you know, and then some of us have trauma that we experienced from childhood, be it watching toxic relationships. And when I said no one taught us how to love, for me, that was a moment because I had to really look back. Like, I didn't really see healthy relationships growing up.
Let me tell you,
you gotta give men that grace. Like some of us gotta learn how to be good husbands and good fathers, and you know, all of those those things as well.
And I will say that that line got to me too, because no one taught you how to love. Like, I've been there where I had a guy who did not have the same kind of upbringing that I did. A 2-parent household, you know, the Valentines, the anniversaries, where you know, they're buying each other gifts and they're showing their love and affection for each other. So I grew up seeing that all the time. You know, whereas he did not.
Right.
So when it came to things that I thought were sentimental, you know, little things, it was like he didn't see a big deal in that stuff. So to me, I took it as he don't care. Or he don't care about me. He don't love me the way that I love him. It's just that he didn't know how to love the way that I did. And so I had to take ownership of, you know, where sometimes it's not my fault. It may not be his fault. It just could be circumstantial. You know? But
and here's a thin line though, because there's a difference between a guy that accepts that as opposed to a guy that's willing to do the work.
Thank you.
And what women have to understand, as long as you have a man that's willing to do the work, that man is worth fighting for.
If he's willing to try.
If he's willing,
It's a difference between, to me, not knowing and not caring, because once you know, like we say, when you know better, you do better.
Sure. Absolutely.
You know, and so if you're not willing to change, then, you know, you don't want to do any better. So that's what I get out of that. But like Houston said earlier, I think we have a comment, Houston, that said, Courtney, I think is a friend of yours, Kimberly Moore Stanley. And she said that you were just talking about this not too long ago.
Yeah, it was actually yesterday. And I was saying, after a breakup, it's like you've been with this person for so long, each and every day, and then you go to total strangers. That is like wilding to me. And I was telling my mom how, you know, it's like almost like Houston said, it's like a death almost, because it's like
she said, rest in peace.
This person doesn't exist.
But you know what? My
coping
mechanism,
reality. Yeah.
My coping mechanism was lying to myself. Now let me tell you how I did that. I would be like, I don't care. The whole time, I don't care. You know, I'm good. And even though I wasn't, especially behind closed doors, I said, if I keep telling myself that, eventually I'll get there. You know, and
did you ever get there? Did you ever get there?
I did. I got there, but the difference was I didn't do like Houston did. I didn't grieve the whatever you said. I didn't grieve the loss. So once I went, I was over it, but I had a lot of animosity. And so once I went back and I grieved the relationship, and I was able to become friends with this person, because I'm like Courtney said, I don't see you ever being in love with somebody that you can't stand anymore. Especially they had to have done something to you, you know, for you not to be able to, like, can't stand them anymore. So unless it was detrimental, I had to go back and be like, you know what? I'm friends with every ex I've ever had. I'm cool. We can have conversations. We're cool with each other. But I had to stop jumping from hurt to being okay. because you have to wallow, to me, you have to wallow in that hurt for a minute, grieve it, let it, you know, purge itself. Because I was crying every day, and then it was every other day, every other day, and then it just kind of, you know,
faded away.
But I never let my heart grieve.
Let me ask you this. Do you feel like that relationship wasn't worth salvaging and fighting for? Or did he quit?
He quit. Because I'm going to tell you, with me, and what somebody said, you can't get in the, you can't fight if nobody gets in the ring with you.
Right.
I cannot, you know, I'm not gonna give 100.
Shadow boxing.
Exactly. Pretty much. And so when you have somebody who, I'm gonna do everything in my power to make it work, because when I walk away, I don't want to walk away with regret.
I got you.
If I exhaust everything that I have in me to make it work and it doesn't, I'm good.
Yeah, gotcha. I feel like at this stage of the game and life, walking away from something that's worth fighting for is just childish. Like as an adult, right? Now
we see that.
Now we see that.
But here's why I say that though. It's harder for women to fight for something when they're governed by their emotion.
That's true. That's true.
You know what I mean? Most women lead with their emotion. You have to be emotionally mature to see the ugly in a person, or a person bring out the ugly in you, and you still see the value in it. There's a certain level of maturity that you have to have, right? Because that guy could be going through something that could be a result of childhood trauma. Most of the women I've dated had trauma.
But would you say that you have it as well, or would you say that you just saw
trauma bonds can very well exist?
Yes.
Well, yes. But the trauma. What was your question, Houston?
No, I was just saying. But do you see it could be on both ends?
Sure.
Do you think it could be on both ends? Yeah,
it could. So I'm gonna tell you my personal experience. I was dealing with women that was dealing with trauma. Trauma disguises itself in certain ways though, right? Like it expresses itself in behavior, how your triggers and how you respond to certain things. So anything that reminds you of something in your past, then it kind of surfaces as a defense mechanism. So I was dating this young lady who was abused as a child. So if I moved fast, she would kind of jump. Right. She's a grown woman, but she still has that trauma, right? So what I didn't realize is when your trauma starts to blend, right? You just got like a Bobby and Whitney situation going on. And you got to kind of be able to not only manage your trauma, but also be mindful that the other person has trauma. And it gets real complicated. But then you got to ask yourself, is that person worth it to you to even do that in the first place?
Yeah.
And if not, why are you wasting your time? Like, what person is out here just going through stuff just to go through it, right? Like,
well, you know, we talked about that with the other a couple weeks ago, right, Houston?
Yeah, but you know what? We did talk about that. You know what? We got to get you back on the show.
Yes.
We're going to go deep into this. We're going to go deep into this because I really want to. I want your perspective on it. And does it help you when you're doing your writing of your songs?
Yes, that's what I was going to ask.
Help with your songs.
What, the experiences?
The experiences, yes.
I think it's vice versa. I think it's therapy. It's therapy. As a writer, I'm writing about whatever I'm dealing with. So like if you listen to the album, the EP, The Return of King Joffrey, it's mixed. It's inspiring. It's talking about love. It's talking about marriage. It's talking about, you know, I'm flexing up there a little bit as well. But that's all masculinity, right? Like that's what a man is supposed to be. A man is supposed to love his woman. A man is supposed to let you know, like, I ain't nothing to play with. But I am also a believer. So we have all of this complex tapestry in music, but that's how I'm feeling at the time. The next EP will be something completely different. I'll probably be in another space. We're going on a 100-city tour. So talking about mental health and pushing that narrative to our community, because a lot of men are suffering and grieving and can't be the best husbands, the best fathers, because they got stuff that they're holding on to, and you need to learn how to release it. So
that's what I was going to ask you about, Jay. You did say you had on your post about mental health.
Mm-hmm.
And so what are you doing as far as mental health? What do you have going on as far as
I'm just going to different cities and creating dialogue, raising awareness about mental health. And a lot of times, think about the times that just like the most stressed and you sitting in your car at the light and you just looking around and you're so angry you want to hit something but you can't, and you don't know how to release that. Like, that's something that needs to be talked through. You need to have the tools to be able to talk yourself out of a bad situation, you know. And like I said, men, we more so internalize it, and a lot of men don't have those outlets. So what we want to do is put men in a room, talk about mental health. Women can come, but we want the women to kind of sit in the back, because we want women to listen at what their husbands, their sons are going through, because we're not so different.
Right.
So
let me ask you this, Jay. How can people get in contact with you? How can they find out about your music?
We're on.
We're gonna get you back on another show. We're definitely gonna get you back maybe next week.
Okay, we could do it. Definitely check me out on all of the platforms: iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Tidal. Just type in J-Lock, J.LOCKE, and you can either type in Heartbreak, 2 words, or you can type in The Return of King Jaffe, or the link should be listed on this platform, so they can just click the link.
We will be posting your link.
He has a lot of comments down here from what he just said. A lot of people are tuning in, so we're gonna definitely need him back.
Some people study one another for their own benefits. Hurt people. You must be careful to identify behaviors early. People want to nurture a person and give the benefit of the doubt are the ones who usually even though they are hurting, which is true, you know. And we have a lot of people joining in just to talk to you. We definitely want to get you back on the show. But we want to get you on the show.
Play your music next time. I'm gonna make sure we get the video and the whole nine.
Now, I want to say I'm not like a therapist, or I have a lot of therapist friends. I'm not a therapist. I am an artist and I am a businessman. But more importantly, I am a Black man in America that does not care to take care of us emotionally, financially, in any other way. In the same dangers that I have when I leave my house, we all have it. So I think the fact that people live in the same thing, people going through the same thing. The only difference is I have a platform, but on your way to work, on your way back home, you're thinking the same thing that I'm writing about. So
that's good.
That is good.
Excellent. Well, J-Lock, we're definitely going to get you back. We're going to make sure we play some of your music.
Thank you.
Yes.
And thank you for coming on Keeping It 100.
Yes.
And we're going to be getting in contact with you probably for next week's show, so we can spend some more time on your music and some of the subject matters that we have as well. All right?
Sound good. Thank y'all for having me.
Bye-bye.
Take it easy.
Blessings.
Wow.
All right. Wow. Excellent.
Yeah,
I was like,
and thank you to everybody everybody that's commenting and coming in. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate you guys watching.
Yes, tune back in.
Definitely.
Yes, definitely.
So now, what we're going to be doing next?
Wait, Houston.
Go ahead, Ursula. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Kimberly said, "I love that gray beard."
You better be talking about mine.
We got a few people
Okay.
We'll be back.
No doubt.
So people said they'll be back. So okay.
Oh yeah, definitely come back. Definitely come back. But don't go anywhere because we're actually going to be talking with some other people. There is I'm actually going to be bringing up an author next, and her book turned into a play that is going on in South Carolina. So let me see, Miss Tamika, are you there? Are you about ready? Let me see your hand wave. I'll bring you on in. There you go. There you go. So
hey,
there we go.
Tamika.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, how are y'all?
And let me add on as well. How are you, ladies?
All right.
Hello.
We glad to be here. Good evening, everybody.
Hello. 100.
Keeping it 100. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I already like you already. I like you already. She didn't say keeping it 100. She said keeping it 100.
100.
Keeping it 100. Right. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Houston, for having us.
No worries. No worries. So tell us a little bit tell us your names, a little bit about what's going on.
Are you talking to me? Which one?
Whichever one of you, Ursula. I didn't want to jump in. Ursula, run this bad thing. Go ahead on.
I think my producer.
Just tell us something about yourself.
Okay, my name is Tamika Hill. I'm from Columbia, South Carolina, born and raised. I have 2 children. I have 2 grands. And I'm just a people person. I love people. I love to be around everyone. I think I inspire a lot of people in my life that comes through my path.
And now tell me a little bit about your you're the writer?
Yes.
Tamika is the author. And not to cut her off, but to cut her off because she do touch a lot of lives. But the book, the impact that's going to happen from behind the story of the book and what the play is going to do is amazing because nobody knows her story because she don't look like what she's been through. Amen. She touched a lot of lives through the love of God that people have not really experienced before. I'm one of the lives that she have touched. We have an amazing relationship as sisters, just through prayer. And our bond has been building since 2019. And she asked me to be the agile director of the play. So I wanted to add that in because she's a woman of few words, but her writing this book and God allowing it to really come into a stage play in a short time it's and the impact that it's going to be able to make on family dynamics is going to be amazing. So I want her to finish, speaking, but she's a woman really of naturally like few words. She'll talk about the goodness of the Lord all the time, but she don't look like what she's been through. So
excellent.
I will say this, Tamika, and you're right. What is your name, honey?
Me? Also, I'm Dr. Kanzader, but I go by I am Tiffany, Empower, Impact, and Ignite. That's what I do.
I like that.
I'm behind the scenes. If I needed to be, I'll be whatever I needed to be because we going to make sure the show go on now.
I wanted to see what character you was going to play.
I would have played one of the homegirls, Tanya, that was telling the mama that she ain't going to leave one of the lead and she gonna come outside because her mama real strict. So I was gonna be the homegirl if I needed to be.
You know what? I can tell that would have been your part.
Yes.
I would have nailed it too.
Miss Tamika, I will say, I understand exactly what she's saying about you because you seem like you're very soft-spoken.
Yeah.
And I will say I connected because what she just said when I wrote the excerpt from my book. The name of my chapter, the name of my book was "I Don't Look Like What I've Been Through."
Wow.
When I tell you that it hits home for me because people walk around daily with these stories that you watch Netflix and Showtime all the time watching these movies, these fictitious movies. Well, we know people that's been through real life stuff. That's way more interesting and way more trauma-based than anything you could watch on TV. So I definitely understand that. Now, what was the name of the play is Outside Looking In. How did you come about that name?
Outside Looking In. I came up with that name for my book. Is nobody never knows what's going on the inside. Everybody look outside. They always see what's going on the outside, but never know what's going on the inside. So nobody, like I always said, nobody know my story. They don't know where I may look like I ain't been through nothing compared to some people, but I've been through a lot. So that name just came up upon when I started writing back here in 2020. So this is like during the COVID, during the COVID time. So I was like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna name my own book, because it's how people say outside looking in. They never knew what I was going through. So
so that was your journey. So they figured out how to put it into a play.
Oh, how they figured to put it into a play was I met these guys, I Am Production. But we met them, Tiffany. Tiffany was
at the Black Expo. We was at the Black Expo last year. I opened a barber school up about 16 months ago, and Tamika has been my assistant. So we down there at the Black Expo, and Andrew and Sydney came through in the mother's room where we was doing some things to make sure that the mothers could get pampered. So we out there promoting it. Tamika was just in position, way she needed to be, and God met her, you know, with some people that could help bring forth this project. They listened to her out about it, and here we are. You know, there go Andrew. They in Florida. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. We don't know where Sydney at, but that's how they met last year around this time, because Black Expo coming again.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Tell me a little bit about some of these characters that's in the play. Can you fill us in a little bit before we start booking our bus ticket? We might have to bring us a little bus tour on down for the play.
So you know you got to talk about Auntie. You got a crazy auntie that's always gonna show love for her niecey. That got the crazy mama that thinks she know everything.
Yep.
Mama busting her behind working, trying to do what she need to do for her baby, and mama missing it all. Just like what's going on right now. You so busy working, you on the outside from your child that's on the inside of your house. You don't know what done happened to that baby.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, you got your auntie always gonna keep a man. We can't tell y'all the plot twist to the story, and then you gonna have that teenage girl that she going through her woes, wish she was with her daddy. You know, daddy not really on the scene, but at least she know who he is. So she promiscuous. You know, when them daddies kind of not on the scene, I'm gonna get me some way or another, because mama always busy. You know, trying to make sure we from out the hood, but I still got a lot of trauma. I got a lot of issues. Mama paying. We got Dr. Rice, the therapist, coming through doing the house visit, and you know you can't have no black play without no black pastor. So you know we got a black pastor that's doing everything, doing the most. So it's gonna be a tear jerker, but it's gonna be some good laughs in there. But I feel like a lot of us, it's gonna be so relatable, but it's gonna be an eye opener for some people that's missing it. You really miss the stuff that be right under your nose. It be right there the whole time. That brokenness, that hurt, like that fella was just on here, the artist. You know, a lot of that brokenness stem from the childhood trauma that is being caused, whether it's intentionally or intentionally, just from even verbal abuse and just mishandling. You know, a whole lot of just what we don't even know we need to do better. And from this movie, hopefully a lot of people can get some breakthroughs, some deliverance. I mean, I done said movie from the play.
I was about to say,
hey, listen here.
Right?
Yes.
Listen, because it's that dynamic. It really is. It really is. Even from the police, you know, the news. I mean, it's a whole lot of drama going on. You know, in most households, you know, we dealt with our own dysfunctions. As what middle class we may think we are, upper class or whatever. Listen, there's some dysfunctions going on up in these houses, and a lot of people right now is traumatized. You know, in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and dying traumatized from issues that this book is about to, you know, now stage play is about to really open up some can of worms that some people hopefully can get healed from.
Well, you know what? Let me say this, and then I want anybody else to jump in. we might have to bring a bus of therapists down here because some folks gonna have to let loose some stuff after this play. Because like you said, you're gonna open up a can of worms that is stuff that we need to talk about.
Need people standing outside.
Absolutely.
Right. And a lot of times we don't even address that in the Black community because we go through a lot of drama, but we don't look at the therapeutic side of things.
Wow.
And when you say that, Mr. Houston, I want to add something that I'm proud of Tamika for doing, because even while we're doing our rehearsals from the beginning, just for her being able to laugh about her story, that's really a blessing to me. For her to be able to not have that author's regret. Some people write them but don't release their books because they like, oh, this gonna step on some toes, so I'ma keep it to myself. But she is really liberated and free and continuing. She's on this journey, unapologetically. So I love that that we're able to be on the inside, not just the outside, looking in at this journey that she's allowing us to come into.
Excellent.
So,
Excellent.
Mr. Andrew, what is your role in Outside Looking In?
So I am the CEO of I Am Productions. We got a chance to meet Tamika, like you said, at the Black Expo. We actually were not planning on coming to the Black Expo. It happened to be something that we just end up doing. I was actually celebrating my birthday. Right. I was celebrating my birthday that weekend, and I told Cindy, I said, they're having a Black Expo, let's go. And we ran into these two, and Tamika said, I got this book and I want y'all to read it. And so we read it, and I really related to the story because our first stage play was based a lot about my story, and not having a father in the household and how that affects a boy. So then when when we read this story about Tamika and it's talking about trauma of a child, I was like, this is a great thing, because like you said, sometimes we don't know that we need Jesus and a therapist. Like,
come on now, come on. I'm glad you said that.
We demonize everything. Oh, it's just a demon. No, sometimes you need to talk to somebody. And a lot of times in the Black home, we say if it happens at the house, it need to stay at the house. But sometimes if it's hurting you, you need to find somebody that can help you heal.
So true.
Exactly.
And so when I read the story, Tamika's story, we really were excited about putting together a play version of it.
So let me ask you, how can people find out more about this play? And as far as tickets, people are in South Carolina, because this play is in South Carolina. Is it Columbia, South Carolina?
Yes, it's in Columbia, South Carolina. All they have to do is go hit they can go on our website. We invite a lot of people to I Am Productions. They can go to Dr. Tiffany Kinzada page. They can go to Andrew Miller page. They can go to Sydney Ganyard page. They can even go to my page, Tamika Hill, and some of the casts because we've been sharing it on the platforms ever since day one.
We have a link.
And we do have a link I gave you when I sent it to you today, the link.
Yes.
They can hit the event link that we do have on Facebook.
Okay. We're going to definitely share that with the people that are watching the show tonight. And like you said, with the play, what we're going to try to do, we talked about this before you guys came on, or before we even went live. Ursula and I and Courtney, we're definitely thinking we may try to bring us a little crew who could come on down. And if we do, I would like for us to try to do some interviews of your cast and the crew. And let's do, to capture some of the highlights of the play. Not so much the play itself, because you're going to be traveling around with it, but just some of the highlights. So hopefully we can.
Where are you planning on traveling?
Right now, it's up. So whatever door open, we walking in, it's up. So
ready to go.
We might be able to help with that. We might be able to help with that if you're looking for different places to have the play. With Incite-tv, with our marketing firm that we have, we work with other places as well that's doing plays. So we might be able to find some spots for you. We might have to try to bring you to Raleigh. Might have to see if we can get you down this way.
Okay. And where are you?
So you're in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay, yeah, we wouldn't mind traveling that way. The play is gonna be at the Brooklyn Health and Wellness Center at 1066 Sunset Boulevard, West Columbia, South Carolina. Um, we're in Columbia, but West Columbia right across the bridge. So just so people can know. But if they type in outside looking in on Facebook, it will pull it up to the event page that we have. And then they can get the information and the ticket link from there as well too, or come by Dynamic Barbie Institute if they're in Columbia, and they can pick up a ticket because we do have on-hand tickets as well.
Okay. Yeah, and then all those that are late, they can come and pay at the door. We're gonna accept everybody, so like they can come and pay at the door as well.
All right. So I just shared the link. I think I did anyway, but I'm gonna make sure I put it in the group chat. So they'll be able to click on that link and be able to go to your website or your Facebook group and be able to find out more about that play.
Who's cousins with Portia Davis?
Me.
She said proud of you.
Thank you, Portia. I'm in here tagging people in the chat.
I'm glad you did. Tag away, because we know what, we may try to come back before the play and see if we can bring you guys back and tell us more about how things are going. And we're gonna see if we can get us a little crew. I think everyone should support everyone.
Yeah.
So we might have to, we might have to see if we can get us. You know how old church vans are. We had to get us a little van.
And come on down to the south. Come on down to the city.
Now, before we get on that van and bus, we're gonna have to pick up some chicken and some tea.
That's right. So you can ride on the right way, so you won't be hungry when you get here, and we'll take care of you from there.
I'm done.
Anybody that watches this show, if you're interested in coming, let us know. We'll put that together.
So, Miss Tamika, I know you got your play and everything right now, and you get your production and all this other stuff going on. But I will say this: if you guys have another production that you do, please look up a sister. Okay. I ain't been on stage in a minute. My daughter just did a stage play. She did the stage plays last year.
Right? You heard Andrew?
Look, she played a promiscuous little girl last year in the play. She was so good to the point where I want to snatch her after the play, be like, let me tell you something. If you ever, what I'm saying? But yeah, holler at a sister if you need somebody extra now. Just ask it.
We need y'all. We need y'all. Stay close. Make sure everybody connect on Facebook. We've already connected. We'll make sure our cast, everybody connect and follow y'all. This episode, we shared it inside of our group where we rehearse at as well.
Great.
We definitely want to shout out our cast, because without the cast, it won't be no show. So we want to shout them out real quick.
Go ahead.
Definitely do that. Definitely do that.
Yes.
What can you name the cast for us?
We got Bishop White from out of Sumter. We want to shout him out. Y'all got to help me out now. We want to shout out.
Keep the music going for it.
Jesse Harris from Camden, South Carolina.
Latasha Reeves from Columbia, South Carolina.
Come on,
Isaiah Robinson from Rock Hill.
Okay, all right.
Miss Jacqueline High, she's from Columbia, South Carolina.
Okay.
Jamal from West Columbia.
Yes.
Jamal Brown.
Deja Miller from Sumter.
Who that was?
Deja Miller. She's from Sumter.
Hold on. Deja, our star. Deja is the lead actress. So yeah, she's doing a great job. She's the lead in the play.
Yes.
Well, we might
she
have
can
to get
sing too. It's gonna be some singing, and we can't forget Auntie J, Miss Walona Jones. And I said it right, Walonda.
Yeah, Walonda.
Walonda. I'm talking about Walona. I done took her to good times, but she's such a pleasure. Yes. She a big personality like Walona, I'm telling you. So that's gonna be the auntie. So major shouts out to them. They very hard working, dedicated. What about our baby Maya? We got a high schooler in there that's playing the homegirl. And that's her name. Yes, we really coming through like a family. So we definitely want to thank them publicly, and y'all are in for a treat. The play is April the 27th. So make sure y'all get y'all ticket. We're expecting to sell out
And we ain't forgetting about Sydney. Get your part of Iron Production.
Yes, the other half of Iron Productions. We couldn't do it without Sydney.
Yes, we couldn't do it.
Sydney is the talkative one. Sydney is the one that does all the interviews. I'm just the good looking one. I just sit back and look good.
There you go. You the smooth one. You the smooth one. Well, you know
he would have been showing out. He would have been cracking up just now. Yes, we love you and appreciate you, Sydney.
So, and I'm gonna ask you, like you said, keeping it 100. What is the one thing that each one of you would like people to come away with after watching this play?
Me, I want them, after watching this play, I want someone to be able to walk away and say, I can do all things through Christ that strengthen me. Amen. Because I can open up. I don't have to be silent no more. Someone's there to hear me out, because a lot of times we growing up, we say, we keep quiet. People walk around silent. Even the older ones that had stuff done to them, they keep silent. You don't have to be silent. Don't be scared. Right. Tell someone.
Right. Excellent.
Right.
All right. Doctor?
Well, what I would want them to walk away with is some self-evaluation. Like, what do I need to do to be better? What do I need to do to show up better in the role that I'm supposed to be in this thing called life? Like, when you really do self-reflection, self-examine yourself, that's what I feel like this right here is going to put the mirror in a whole lot of people's face. And you need to ask yourself, what do I need to do better? How do I need to show up better for my family and friends and even myself? Yes.
Right. That's a good one. That's a good one.
You say the best for last, Mike.
And so what I would say, what I would want people to leave after seeing the play is that trauma don't have to control you. You can go through a lot in life. You can go through a lot of situations, but you can overcome and you can become better. You don't have to let disappointment, failures, depression, all that stuff that you go through control your end game.
Right.
Your story ain't over. It just begun.
Y'all gave a word right there. All three of y'all.
Wow.
Well, you know what? We can't. That's it right there. We can't see nothing. Nothing else. Ursula, it is on you.
Courtney, Houston's driving.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Then we're going. I'm already working on the drive.
Riley in the house.
I'm working on the driver already.
And I'm like I say, I've done stage plays in the past. I got my daughter into it, and I was telling them before you guys came on, doing a stage play to me is a lot harder, and it's a lot, and to me, it's a lot better than an actual movie, because in a movie you get to do that take over and over until you get it to perfection.
Right.
But when you got a stage play, when you step on that stage, it is all up to you.
Yep.
It is all up to you. You're gonna have to bring it right then and there. And if you don't know how to what's the word I used earlier? If you don't know how to improvise, you know what I'm saying? You better know them roles down pat. And you got to be, to me, you have to be bigger than life on a stage, because you have to be more animated, because people are watching you from the front all the way to the back.
True.
And so I think, stage plays to me, I have a special place in my heart. I love stage plays. I love them.
Me too.
Excellent.
So I thank you guys for even putting that together to help people who don't even know they need help. I think people are going to come in and sit down, and when you walk away, when you have people from all walks of life that come and sit down and watch something, and each one of them gets something out of it, you've done your job.
Yes.
That's right.
Excellent. All right.
But yeah, I'm excited now.
We excited too.
Yeah, we are too.
So do you guys did anybody get happy during practice?
They stay happy. I be having to calm them down. Miss Tamika thinks she the director. I say no, ma'am. You the author. You the visionary. I'm like, what is going on? When I say I be having to kick her out her own rehearsal. Get out. What's wrong with you? I'm like, whoa. But I'm telling you, everybody is excited. The ones that we have, they are committed. We looking forward to rehearsal. They're so faithful. We just had rehearsal about 7 o'clock. They over there sending memes like they looking out the window waiting for the rest of the members to get off work. Like, let's rehearse. I mean, they are ready. So even when you just said the analogy from like hitting that stage and driving it home to different from a stage in a movie, like we probably gonna be crying. I'm gonna probably be crying because I'm like, look at all this hard work, and we finally get to see it. Like, this is when God's hand is on it, because Tamika just released the book. It hasn't even been 3 years.
No, I just released it in I did it in 2020, but I released it in 23 January. It was January.
Wow.
Yeah. So the acceleration, like God's hand is literally on this thing, even the way she met you, Mr. Houston. So it's like when we see this work come on stage, we're gonna be, blown away, because the cast, everybody's ready. Y'all coming down, from Riley. I mean, it's just coming together. Because we walking by faith.
I did not ask this question. Your book. Can people purchase your book?
Yeah. Yes. I will have books on site with me. And also if they want to purchase in the books from me, they can just
the link.
I don't know. I can send the link. Yeah, I can send the link.
Yeah, send me the link. And that way we can make sure we can do another.
Okay.
We might do another time that we talk about your book.
Okay.
And that way they get people kind of pumped up to come to see the play.
Okay.
And if you guys, from a marketing standpoint, if you guys get clips of your cast,
we got them.
Send them to us. I'm gonna give you a Google Drive.
Yes.
Okay. I might try to get my marketing team to see if we can put something exciting together to keep this thing going. So we'll figure it out.
Thank you.
No worries. No worries. Well, once again, Ursula, you have any more questions? If not, I'm gonna tell these folks.
No, you know what? I know between me and Houston, we definitely have different connections here, and so does Courtney down here in the 919 and 252, especially venues and things like that. So I'm telling you, I am all for stage plays. So definitely, Houston, we can talk and we can get with Tamika, and it's Tiffany, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And we could get with them and see, between VA discounts and Houston's hookups and things like that, see if we can find a venue that you guys can come down here, because we were just talking earlier about how Black people, we need to support each other. And there's enough room for everybody to shine and do their own thing.
Yes.
And if we don't support each other, ain't nobody else gonna support each other.
So true.
That's right. Look at God.
I'm definitely looking forward.
We going on the road.
I'm looking forward to Houston driving us down to South Carolina.
See how you do? I will drive the first 15 minutes, and I'm gonna turn it over to you guys.
Really?
Somehow we're gonna get there.
Y'all gonna make it.
You're gonna be there. And once again, guys, appreciate you. Tell us the name of the play and the location again before we wrap up.
Outside Looking In. It's a stage play. Will be presented at Brooklyn Baptist Health Wellness Center in Columbia, South Carolina.
All right.
That's on April the 27th, right?
At 7 o'clock. Come on.
We be there at 6 o'clock.
That's right. We got you.
All right. You guys take care. Thanks again.
Much success.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Wow.
Excellent.
I'm actually excited. So I'm gonna look at my calendar. Even if I have to work on that Saturday, I get off at 3.
Gotcha.
So that means I can leave at 3 and get there by 6.
Right.
And be an hour there to be, But if I'm not working that day, I'm scheduled. You know, I'm up to.
Yeah, find out early. If you're not working, we're gonna get there early so we can get somewhere to eat and relax.
The schedule usually comes out the last week of March.
Right.
I'll check my schedule too.
And
then don't let me have look. Don't let me have to get my hotspot and you be in the back seat working at the same time we driving down. I got you covered.
Hey, look, don't play with me because I will. I will quick.
No worries at all.
I do think that it's important that we support each other.
Definitely.
And a lot of people are like, you know what? I want to, but like I said, anytime I don't do something, it's because my kids have something going on.
Correct.
And I'm a firm believer that I support my kids in almost everything that they do because they ain't got but one of me. But outside of that, you know, I always make plans and say, hey, this is the day I need and I'm going to go down and come back up. Because how many times do we go out of town and party in a club and be gone all night long and come back home, you know?
So true.
And at this mature age that we are now, I'm all about helping my sisters and my brothers and just
all
being
about
more seats in the house.
Making connections. Yep.
Connections. It's all keep it connected. That's all. That's what she said.
Keeping it connected, keeping it connected, and keeping it 100. And look, I give you the insight on all of it. We're already connected right here. We're connected right here.
Now, I'll tell you what, all connected right together. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yep. And that's how things should work in a community. It really should work the exact same way. So now we've got some time, so we're going to talk about whatever comes through our mind. But let me say this: anybody that's out there watching, if you have a small business, please let us know. Put it in the comments while we're talking. If we have time, I might bring you up just to talk about your business. So I tell people this all the time. Whenever you get an opportunity to talk about your business or to market yourself or to let people know what it is that you do, take that opportunity and take that time. So always be prepared, whether you have business cards, whether you have a link on your phone, you know, anything of that nature. Just always be prepared for that opportunity that may come your way.
Yeah.
So now, any of us, do we know any people that have a small business like your camera? Do you guys still hear me?
Yep.
Yes, we can hear you, just can't see you.
Gotcha. Do you know of any people that have small businesses that you know of? Because I definitely want to make sure we shout them out or let people know about their service.
Well, I personally, my family has a small business.
Okay.
We are Mott's Kitchen. We do catering. We do any kind of family event, be it funeral, wedding, birthday parties, family reunions, whatever, you know, we've done them all. And we provide one-stop service, decorations, cakes, music, the food, everything that you would need for your event. We're a one-stop shop. We've traveled all the way up to Baltimore for the AfRam Festival. We've been all around the East Coast, really, doing different events. We've done comedy events at different like music parks. And we don't have a food truck. We have a food tent. And we cook everything right then, right there, prepared, not frozen or anything like that. All of our food is prepared right there, including our desserts. And you get hot food right then. So, you know, fish, it ain't nothing, you know, we drop it and pick it up, give it to you. So,
Excellent.
But,
You done made me hungry
for quite a while now. Huh?
Yeah. So you done made me hungry now. So yeah, I'm gonna have to try that food. And since we're talking about that, it's the same with me. Incite-tv is a show that I created. Actually, if you go look up Incite-tv on YouTube, you will see that this show has been around. We're bringing it back. It was out over 15 years ago.
Okay.
We were doing stuff in Greenville over 15 years ago. I was looking back at some of our old videos where we interviewed the mayor, did some stuff down in New Bern. And I really wanted to bring it back because I wanted to be able to start doing interviews of people in our community. I know there's some people in our community that have done some great things, but people may not know about them. And that's one thing I want to do with Incite. Correct. And then if you're having a family reunion this year, if you got a big family reunion coming up within about an hour and a half, 2 hours of Raleigh, Durham, get in contact with me, because we definitely want to cover it and talk with some of your living relatives and get your family history. And maybe we can put something together for you, because we don't have that. That's something I'm really looking forward to doing, is doing some family reunions, sitting down with Uncle James and get the story from him and Aunt Tank, and they tell the stories, and the great old grandma that's there. And let's put that on record. Let's record it, make a show out of it, and something your family has for a long time. So that marketing is something that I do. We have a marketing firm. So business cards, flyers, ads, the whole nine. That's what we do. So Courtney, now I'm gonna have to put you on the spot. Tell us a little bit about Keeping It Connected.
So Keep It Connected is a podcast show that started back in September of 2023. I always say with anything that you start, of course, with podcasts and stuff, it definitely comes from experience. And just a quick note, back in COVID and all that good stuff, started transitioning, working from home, and didn't realize that I had well over 100 videos where I started blogging. And just with past experiences and life itself, and all the things that has come with it the last few years, that's how I Keep It Connected started. I just wanted to just continue to pour out positivity and just make sure people understand how important connections are, whether they are personal or even business. And if I can just help someone in any area, especially with getting their business out there, that is what Keep It Connected is, and that's how it got started. So I am live every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Some weeks vary depending on my schedule, but I try to keep it close-knit, even if it's with some type of inspirational post or something that I'm kind of vlogging with on YouTube. Definitely just trying to make sure I tune in each and every week with my viewers. So, yeah.
Okay. That's all right.
I just realized, and I am so sorry, Courtney, I have not followed your page yet, and I am looking for it.
Ooh. Well, look, here's my Instagram information at Keep It Connected. And then with YouTube, you can just type in Keep It Connected. You'll see this page right here. Well, picture with me, and then you'll be able to just subscribe and follow. So anyone watching, please tune in, like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to click that notification bell. That's how you are able to see any newly posts or videos. And I'm all about making connections and making sure they are positive ones. So
I found you.
All right.
Just followed you.
Thank you.
That works. Now, you know what? One thing I want to do is make sure I like to let people know about other people as well. A partner of mine, John Ivy. Both of you know John.
Yeah.
John is an excellent graphic designer.
Yes.
That I work with, that we have paired up to do a variety of things. The logo behind Courtney.
Yep.
He did yours too, didn't he, Ursula?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. All right. So all three of the logos that you look, let me do this, that you see behind me, mine behind me, Courtney, and then the one behind, yep, right behind her. There you go.
Let me get away.
Hold on. There you go.
Hold on. Let me get the way so you can see.
You're supposed to just cover it up.
There you go.
All of his products right here.
All of this is his work.
Yes.
I work with him a lot on different projects. We've got some major things coming along. And I'm gonna mention one other thing if I find it, because I did not post it on my page yet, but something that he's going to be launching. I am going to be a part of it with him, because outside of being a graphic designer, this young man is a chef.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yes.
Okay.
He is a chef.
Wow.
So we are putting something together. Let's see. There you go. Of course, I done lost it now. But it is a kind of like a catering business, but it's going to be more of outside of just events. We're going to be doing certain things on certain weekends with his awesome barbecue and barbecue sauce that's going to be coming out soon. So there's a variety of things that we've got our hands in.
Cool.
So what you're saying is that Mott's Kitchen and he can come up here and we can just have a cook-off and we'll just all benefit by eating everything.
Exactly.
I like that. Cook-off would definitely be a good idea.
I don't even care about the cook-off. I just want both of them to cook.
See, I already knew what you wanted. Look, and what it's going to be called is going to be called East Coast Boogie Barbecue.
Oh, wow. I like that.
Yeah, catchy name.
That's a very catchy name.
I put too many names in it, but East Boogie Barbecue. There you go. East Boogie Barbecue.
Okay.
That was the name that
That's still a
came
nice
up
catchy name.
Oh yeah. You know, I don't think, of course, it ain't gonna let you see it. Got too much going on, but I'm gonna make sure the next time I'll bring up what the logo will come up. You can see everything that's going on with it. And we're gonna, and as it grows, we're gonna be kind of highlighting things as well to let people know if you have a business, you have a dream, you can achieve it. It does not always come overnight.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't come overnight. And here's the thing: I think a lot of times we forget that the end of the dream is wonderful. It's the ride getting there. It's the work getting there.
Definitely.
So, my thing is this: with Incite-tv, what I'm doing with VNG Media Marketing, I enjoy helping the different people that we do stuff for. Projects we do, websites. I enjoy that ride. It's not necessarily the $1 million at the end. If that comes, great, but I'm gonna enjoy this ride on the way.
Correct.
That's my whole catch. That's my whole catch. So, what you got, Ursula? What you thinking?
What I want to know is, I don't know how you have time for anybody, honestly, because you stay busy.
I stay busy, but I'm gonna tell you what. The missus down there, when she's like, okay, it's time to
lock up.
It's time to lock up. Time to lock up. But I think because that we're older, we enjoy each other's company. We like being around each other, having a great time. But she may go in and she's got her own business. She's a corporate fundraiser. She has her own business doing that as well. So she's busy. I'm working on stuff here, but we'll look at each other and talk about tomorrow we're going out on a date, or we're gonna go do this, that, and the other.
And
so
that's what Jay was talking about earlier. Just being mature. It's so much different being in a mature relationship.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I haven't had one yet, but I'm gonna get there.
And I'm gonna get one too.
I've been in plenty, but not.
We might have had that conversation one night. Be like, okay, what is it that you ladies are looking for, and let me see what these men are looking for.
So what I think Houston is trying to say is, I think Houston is gonna do like a speed dating thing when he get all his successful friends together and get all his male friends and then all his successful female friends together, and we just have like a cocktail hour. That's what I heard him say.
Well,
that's what he said.
We might do that. We can definitely do that. But you know what? What I want to do is, when we do it, I want everybody to have no expectations. Just enjoy conversation.
Just enjoy conversation.
And I think it's more organic where you can just enjoy a conversation with different people, and no strings attached.
No strings attached.
And if it comes back around that, hey, we want to do this again, or let's meet up again, it's all well and good. I think we need to do more of that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know how to do that. They already go in with their mindset of what it's gonna entail, instead of just having a basic platonic conversation, and that's it. And that'll be all until next time. Exactly. I don't think, and we definitely need to come back next week with some topics, because I don't think a lot of people.
And if you meet somebody, you choose to have an offline conversation with them and you exchange numbers, that's fine. Yeah. But take it for what it's worth. You know what I'm saying? You just met this person. Don't throw out expectations for 5 years down the road. You know, I think women are worse at that than men because they want things to happen in a fairy tale manner, and that's not how it always happens.
Right.
And sometimes it just feels good to just be smooth sailing. You don't have to worry about all this other stuff because people don't want to always feel like they're either being pushed into something or pressured. It's just a clear conversation, and that's it.
Exactly.
Yep. Let's clear conversation, and I'm gonna say it right now. And the guys have that conversation, have a good time, and if you take her out to eat, you know, the dollar menu is fine. It's just get a Whopper and a small fry and a drink, and you be look at both of them. Look at both of them. Look at the face. Look at the. I knew that was. You better not take these girls in no.
Back in the 90s, yeah.
Back in the 90s.
If I was about 18, 19, probably.
Yeah. But you know, I don't think a lot of people, for one, a lot of people they don't date. They don't
say it again, Courtney.
A lot of people don't date.
Don't date.
They don't date the person. They just go full force. So I don't think a lot of people know the expectations of dating or going on a date because they never have. It's just kind of like.
Yeah, well, this new generation don't know anything about dating. It's just all inbox. You know, and here's the funny thing about me. I'm old school. So, and the thing of it is, when I inbox you, I'm really just talking about business or just speaking to you.
Correct.
I found now that if you inbox, especially a female, they look at it as, oh Lord, he's trying to hit on somebody. But after a while, they realize that's not the case with me. But I didn't realize that's the way a lot of people are doing that now.
That's how
how you doing? Da 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 da. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, and that's just like
I think women go to this extreme of if you take me out to dinner, somehow or another, if next weekend you might call me and we might talk on the phone, but if you take somebody else out, I'm done with you. I'm through with you. I'm like, but we ain't even established any kind of relationship yet.
No.
Dating means exactly what it says. It means dating.
Right.
Now, once I establish some kind of relationship with you, and we're trying to get to know each other on a different level, then I have an expectation of we're kind of solo spending time together.
Right.
You know, but that's after we've both communicated that to each other.
Right.
And agreed on that as well.
Exactly.
You may have a way of thinking it's one way, but he's not thinking that.
Exactly.
So open and honesty is the key. You can't stress that enough. And unfortunately, you know, some people go in reserved because it's like, okay, let me just see what's what, and then we'll kind of go from there. But yeah, you got to be open and honest, because if you're not on the same page in the beginning, starting, oh God, this is going to be a roller coaster of emotions and feelings, and once again, your expectations is through the roof.
Now, can a guy be completely honest with you if he's like, yeah, now I find you attractive, I really want to take you out to eat, now I really am interested in something else as well? Will that throw you, or you take the fact that he was being honest?
If he tells me that in the beginning, he's like, well, you know, I've been seeing somebody else, and you know, I'm kind of interested, you know, in where that's going to go, then I'm going to be kind of wary a little bit, because I'm like, well, if you really feeling this person, then why are you spreading yourself so thin trying to talk to me?
Right.
Because then that kind of sets me up where he's,
Yeah, I would be fine with that, because let me make the decision if I want to go further. Don't make the decision for me. And then 6 months down the road, you got 2 girlfriends and a baby on the way. Like, let me make that decision. So at this point in my life, I'm okay with the total truth, because the truth may hurt, but at least I'm free on the end and I can make that decision.
Right.
I don't have to. I don't want you. If you're gonna lie about something when you don't even really know me, then you're gonna definitely lie to me once you get to know me.
Because I got a message that I put on my board. If you can't be consistent with yourself, you can't be consistent with me.
Exactly.
Point blank. So if you can't show yourself consistency with your day-to-day or whatever you got going on, then how can I expect it from you to me?
Yes. Men may not look at it like that, but that makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah.
Makes all
a lot of men think that, well, I can just tell her, I'm gonna tell her the truth, and everything's gonna be fine. Now, don't get me wrong, I want you to tell me the truth, but I also don't want you to sugarcoat. Like, they think, well, yeah, I'm seeing this other person, but it's not that serious. Okay, cool. I get that. But what they're not telling you is the other person thinks a whole different way about their relationship than they do.
Now that can be true too. But now, is it his fault? Sometimes it's not his fault. He may have told her the same thing.
Okay, Houston, let me tell you honest truth. There's a man that I know that is talking to a woman who does not know how she feels about him.
Well, no, but that does not make it his fault.
He either knows she has a crush on him.
Right.
He knows something.
He knows something.
Yeah, he knows something.
And if a woman is calling your phone,
see, normally it's three guys against one normally, but now
no, we're not double teaming on you. We're just saying.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I want to put this.
I will say when a man says, "Nah, she ain't like that." Yes, when a woman is trying to hit on you. You know when a woman likes you. You know when, if you're talking to a woman, you know how she fits into this. You know what space you have her in, but you also know where she thinks she's at.
Correct.
Yeah, you don't.
And a lot of men let her think that.
I'm telling you from a man's perspective.
But you know what? I think as well. I think that a guy will hold the truth only to a certain extent because they don't want this good one to go away. So to keep you, I'm gonna do all I can to bury the truth that I know I need to tell you. But instead, I'm gonna give you what you want to hear. Because I'm not gonna let you off so easy, and that's what I have a problem with.
Because you gonna make me shout in here tonight.
Yes, now that's coming from real talk experience.
Thank you.
I feel like
I get it.
Yeah, I feel like they knew they had a good one, and instead of them just being open and honest, it was almost like, okay, I'm just gonna give up so much, and then the rest, okay, I'm just gonna do this and do that. But yeah, that's just like, come on, y'all.
There was,
but that's the flaw of a man. Sometimes that we got to learn not to do that. That's the flaw of a man. Sometimes he's not gonna tell you the entire truth because he's trying to figure out what he wants to do. He may be happy, he may be good with you, everything is lovely, but he know he's got some mess over here that he's trying to figure out. And sometimes he needs to just cut that off. And he does not realize how to cut that off until he done messed it up. A lot of times that's what happens. So he may not be able to fix it and come back to what he messed up on. Sometimes he can. But a lot of times, I see it all the time. Guys will mess up on stuff. He's got something great. He's got something good. He might still be looking, but he ain't ready to settle. But he ain't really ready to let you go.
But the thing with that, Houston, and that's very true. But the man of him needs to come to a point where if you're not willing to do that and be willing to do whatever in this situation to make it right and be okay with the change, then be willing to let me go. Don't just stay there because you're trying to figure it out. Because as you're trying to figure it out, my time clock is ticking. So time is going by. So I don't have all the time for you to be figuring it out.
It's not fair to any woman.
No.
Both ways. Both ways.
It's
not fair to waste anybody's time
not
knowing that's
all.
what you're doing.
Hey,
not at all.
I get it, but I'm trying to tell you, I totally understand what you're saying. And that's something men really need to work on. But at the same time, they do not realize what they're doing to you. Y'all feel like they do.
Let me
feel what they're doing. I'm telling you from a man perspective, what he's trying to do is figure out how do I get this thing together. And at the same time, he still got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. What y'all don't like is that 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Because y'all like that don't make no sense. It's not fair to me. He knows that, but at the same time, he's enjoying the peaks and the perks of what he's getting from you at that time.
Correct.
So until,
I got a comment that said, listen to Houston. We as women don't be listening to men. We tell them what we think they know, but they really don't always know.
Right. So I'm telling y'all,
I love you,
hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, and I totally get it. But at the same time, from a man's perspective, sometimes we do stupid stuff, and y'all know it's stupid, and we do too, but we keep doing stupid stuff until you get to a mature age of, let me just settle with this one person and let me be happy right here. It is hard for men, because I see men all the time that cannot do that. No. We see preachers right now that cannot do that. No. So let alone a man that's just trying to make it. I'm not making excuses for him. I'm trying to say that, look, as men, we gotta come to each other, because I've done it. I've done it with guys and be like, look, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. That S you doing right now, it feels good to you, but you gonna mess up what you got going on at home. She might not be doing this, she might not be doing that. So if you don't want it, you need to just let it go. And some men is like, well, man, I done put so much time in. We got a house together, we got a car together, we got this, but I still got this need. I still want this. At some point, you're gonna have to go. I either keep all this and not be completely happy, and ask God to give me and reveal what I need to have and not what I want. Then you can make some changes.
What was the rule for the Medea play or the Medea movie, 80-20? So men will give up 20%, give up 80% to get the 20% that they think they miss it.
Some men will give up 92%.
Yeah.
97.
Yeah. They will mess up 97%. Because sometimes that thing in a man, that 3%, he just want that 3% and hope he can get away with it.
Greed.
Right. But that's just the flaw. But now here's the problem I'm seeing too now. Men have been doing it for a lifetime, and we need to work on that. But now I see a lot of women doing the same thing, because they like, yo, I want to live my best life. I'm gonna go out here and do. I know he's doing something over there. I'm gonna do something over here, and it is what it is.
It's a dog eat dog world. I'm gonna try to get you before you get me. Yeah.
Can we agree that maybe if you're dating somebody, okay, I can see where you may not see the whole thing. However, once you sleep with the person, you know where that person's mindset is as far as your relationship is concerned.
And it changes everything.
No, you do. From a woman perspective, you're absolutely right. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. From a woman perspective, you're absolutely right. If that was the case, you wouldn't have men out here that go see a prostitute. Get his rock.
When you're sleeping with a woman and you do it multiple times, you're sleeping with her on multiple occasions, and then you're with another woman and you sleep with multiple occasions. You know deep down, and you can say, "Oh, well, I done told her that this is what it is, and this is how it's gonna be."
Right.
But at the same time, women are not men, so we deal emotionally, and no woman is going to continue to give herself to anybody without some kind of connection.
I get what you're saying, and you just hit the nail on the head. Women are different than men.
True.
It's just the difference.
It
Women
was
are different.
designed that way to be different.
Yeah,
it was designed that way to be. And let's keep it. And let's keep it. If we keep it 100 throughout the Bible, it's a lot of contradiction. You saw him have this woman and that woman. He's got a harem. He's got this. He's got that. You know, all that stuff. Not saying that it's okay, but it has always been that way. Now we're trying to make something to be. This is what it's supposed to be. This is how it's gonna be.
So you're saying that in the Bible days it was normal. The normalcy was a man with multiple women.
I'm not necessarily saying that. I'm saying that in the Bible it talks about.
But in biblical days, you saw a man having multiple wives or multiple harems or whatever was normalcy then.
Right.
Whereas now it's supposed to be one man and one woman.
Well, I feel like now it's more revealing now than ever because people are living out in their truth. They don't care who and what is the audience. And I feel like back in the day, that's what was going on, but it was on a secrecy level.
Right.
It wasn't so much outcasted until somebody died or this and that. But now it's like a normalcy. That's why it's like a lot of people, I would say in my group area, they're not looking for marriage. They're not looking for a long time commitment because they're like, why when I can have my cake and eat it too? I mean,
right. Everybody thinks
regardless. So what's gonna make a difference, you know?
I think that the issue now is we've been trained throughout society. You think about it, we don't watch anything or do anything for longer than 5 to 10 minutes. We're on Facebook and we're not even reading the whole thing. We're strolling.
We're
doing this number.
Well,
we do the same thing with TV and everything.
My finger pops like this.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know why?
Why is that?
Because I realized the other day that I was doing this for so long that when I stopped and I went to move my hand, my thumb popped. I said, you know what? That is a clear sign that you need to stop scrolling social media.
But that's what I'm getting at, is that we've been trained that now. Remember when Facebook first came out, YouTube came out, you would sit there and watch a 2 to 3 to 5 minute video. You would watch the whole thing.
Correct.
Then they realized that, you know what? People's attention span is only about 30 seconds. So now you got these short videos, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 50 seconds. I don't even think it's 50. We look at relationships the same way. You know, a guy take you out on a date. He's a little boring. I ain't going back out with him again. But that guy that's boring, this dude might have worked on a job for 10, 15 years. He got a 401k. His grandparents is leaving him a house and they're going to leave him some money and he might have a little trailer. He got his stuff already together, but you don't take the time to get to know the person because he doesn't look like what you expect.
Doesn't look the part on what the outside world looks. And then too, now, it's not, you know, the good part of relationships and people being together. That's not what's really publicized or really what's trending. It's who's doing this to who's getting that lick back, who's making the most food out of each other, who's got the most tweets. So if that's what they're seeing each and every day and drama draws attention, then positivity ain't gonna have a chance to win.
it's a hard chance to win because and it's funny that we're having this conversation. I had a conversation today with a coworker. He is Indian, and I just happened to ask him. I mean, where I work is like, what is it called? The United Nations. We have that I work with, and it's a small company of about 200 people. But he and I were just talking, and I asked him, I said, how long have you been married? He said, I've been married 8 years now, 8 or 9 years. I said, was yours an arranged marriage? He said, yeah. I said, so you didn't know your girl, you didn't know her at all. He said, no, I knew her family and my family knew each other. So we've always kind of in passing. So they brought us together and we got married. And I said, well, is there love there? He said, we're married. What's love? He said, love has nothing to do with it. See, we're brought up that love has to be entered into it before anything else happens. But you know what? Those marriages last. He said, I've got friends that met another Indian lady at college. They got married. They're no longer together. I'm not saying that love isn't important. There's more to it than just love, because when you get older and start being together 5, 10, 15 years, you ain't always looking at this person like you love them. You got to respect that person and respect what you have. And then you go, God knows this woman right here, something about her to do something for me. Or he does something for me. When he go gets the oil change or get the tire fixed, that little small stuff is what's important. But we don't see that anymore. These people now, they're dating for a short time. If I find out he ain't got no money, or he got a little piece of job and he ain't making $100,000 a year, I'm not interested. But you ain't making but $40,000 yourself.
That's what I'm saying.
Expectations are way off.
Yeah.
If you making 40 and he's making 45, y'all can have a decent life together. But they don't see that
marriage is
anymore.
about consideration and communication. She said, "Love is for the birds."
yeah. And look, and Elton Benjamin said,
look, hey, Houston, that was Elton that said that.
right. He said marriage is about consideration and communication. And once you figure that out, you will be much happier.
Yes.
You'll be much happier because you realize I've come together with this person and we're going to try to make this thing work. And if there's love there, great. But you got to realize it has to be more to it than love, because people fall out of love all the time. It's a matter of having respect for one another and wanting to stick together and build something. Now, don't get me wrong, from a man perspective, now we can go in there and turn that and tear that ceiling down. Now we smiling now, because that's just a man. That's just a man.
But see, the problem is we were always told that men are visual creatures. So
they are.
Or in order to have a woman that a man, in order to have a woman that you're attracted to, most men these days wouldn't go for a arranged marriage.
Now, I'm not saying there needs to be an arranged marriage. You just need to understand you need to make some sort of arrangement with whoever you're getting involved with. You need to kind of have a conversation. What is it that you're looking for? This is what I'm looking for. And can we put something together? Now, he wants someone that's eye-catching for him, because that's what men are. They want something they find appealing. It might not be your looks. It might not be your shape, but it has to be something for him. Some guys like bigger women. Some guys like them thick. They like a woman with a little something on the bones. Now, there's some men that they don't really care for that. Correct. And there's some guys who are curvilicious. But now, in my mind, the guys talk about this. We talk about this in the barbershop. These women, when they go get the BBLs and the whole 9 done, it's beautiful to look at. It's cool. And you might want to ride that train, but that really ain't what you're looking for marriage material.
No. It's what you want to play with.
At the end of the day, there was one time that it was in Greenville, North Carolina.
Hold on, Houston. Hold that thought for a second. So we're going to say good night as far as Oak 93.5. They probably cut the live stream because we ended at 11 o'clock. But this is live stream on our site. So we're going to keep going until we're done. So good night from everybody at Oak 93.5.
Gotcha. So let me say this. When I mentioned Greenville, North Carolina at East Carolina Mall, I remember distinctly being about 20, I'll say 25. Walking down the mall, and this beautiful woman was walking through the mall. And I promise you, it was like the light flowing down the aisle as she came. And you could tell that she was beautiful and shapely because every guy, even the ones that were married, were trying to sneak a look. They was like, oh my God. Oh my God. She was a beautiful woman, very voluptuous body shape, small waist. She might have had a BBL before BBLs was ever a thing. That was just her. But I met a couple of guys on my way out that saw her walk in, and we all looked at each other, didn't even know each other. We all looked at each other and went, that had been the baddest chick I had ever seen, but she could not be my wife.
Why?
And we all said that, because anybody that looks that good and looks like this is getting stopped all the time, going to get harassed all the time.
Wait. What? So how, and this is what confuses me right here, because men want these women who are Instagram models, they're this, they're that. Okay, Monique, we'll see you next time. You want these women who look a certain way, but then when you see a woman who looks a certain way, you're intimidated because you think, well, she's going to get stopped all the time. But if that woman literally wants to be with you, I don't care who's going to stop her.
No.
Really?
No. Now she can be with you and you can enjoy her, and that's fine. Now I'm not saying in all cases. There are some cases that won't be the case. But from a man perspective, yeah, we enjoy that. We enjoy that ride. We want to try it out. And if we meet her, and I've met some beautiful women like that when you meet them and finally they're really down to earth. But if she is not completely down to earth, the chances of somebody always hitting on her at the gas station, at this, at that, it's tiresome for a man. You don't want that on a regular basis. Now we want somebody beautiful. But I mean, this was to the point where it was so much that it was like all of us just were like, yeah, that's just too much work.
Okay.
It's too much work.
But you wouldn't trust her though? I mean, you wouldn't trust the fact that she can be.
Yeah, it's not so much trust. We're not saying that she would do a thing. She might turn men away all day, every day. It's just tiresome when it happens all the time. It's just tiresome. That's just, I'm telling you from a man perspective.
Tiresome for you, but you're not the one being hit on.
See, now I'm telling you from a man perspective. You want me to try to explain what we're thinking? I'm telling you what the man thinking.
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand that because.
Right.
Well, wait,
now, I'm not saying all men, but go ahead.
Elton said a man discerns your behavior. That's why they holler when you're not made up.
Yep.
So now I will tell you now, I do agree with some of what you said, because how you dress will determine the kind of men that approach you.
Right.
So
now that has something to do with it too. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, the outfit she had on was like spandex. It was fitting like a glove.
Oh yeah.
I mean, absolutely beautiful. So that's more of what I'm saying too. I left that out, Courtney. That was my bad. Was the dress that she had, the outfit that she had on. She gonna get stopped and hit on all the time. That's just too much. You can't be shaped like that and wear that at the same time. It's just not gonna work.
Well, I will say this. So I was stationed in Fort Hood, Texas, and there was a club that everybody went to called City Lights. It was the club to go to every Friday, Saturday night. So I always had on, the body glove dresses, you know what I'm saying? Or the back then it was a spandex, like the short top, bottom of the one piece. And so I was getting hit on, like you say, every night you get the same guys hitting on you 24/7. And something said the next weekend, I said, you know what? I'm gonna wear something totally different and see what happens. So I walked in and I had on, back then, like a girl having on like a two-piece pinstripe suit. It had the cleavage and everything, but it was a pantsuit.
Right.
I walked in, and instead of all of the younger guys that were my age or, a little bit younger or older trying to hit on me, it was a totally different experience, because now those staff sergeants and, you know, that weren't really supposed to even be in the club with us,
Right.
or the older guys with the money, you know what I'm saying? With, you know, that were living off base and had nice cars. Those were the ones who were now hitting on me because I looked a different way.
Right. Right.
And so I have to say, you know, you have to, how you dress determines the man that you attract.
True.
Right.
And Elton said that would a woman let her 6-pack boyfriend go out in a tank top and sweatpants? No, he sure ain't. So no, what you talking about?
See what I'm saying?
What that mean?
See?
What that mean?
So
they got nothing to do with our topic. We ain't talking about me and nope.
It's like a double standard to a certain extent. It's like what you're willing to give and take.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. You want someone that's beautiful. You want someone that you adore.
You want somebody that you can look at yourself. So I mean, just like you want somebody you can look at yourself, you would hope somebody else would be looking at them too. So
right. That's what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong. You want them to have to look great enough that they get some attention, because that's why you with this person, because you enjoy them.
But you're saying too much attention will be unattractive to you.
Yes, because and she mentioned something. I'm glad she did, because I was talking about how beautiful this woman was. I saw the face. I saw just bits and pieces of the shape. So she was so beautiful in the face that when she came to me, I was like, oh my gosh. But when she went by, I went, oh God, it was so much back there on that rear end, and that waist was so small. I said, no, that's just too much for me. And most of the guys I saw later said the same thing, because it was so fitting and so tight. It's like it would just be a headache. It was just too much. It was too much.
No, Elton, I trust him. I just don't trust the heifers out in the street.
Well, see, you just try to say the same thing you was talking about. So you don't think that she would?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing.
I feel like it's certain limits with that. You know, whatever that y'all okay with. I mean, if you're gonna get to a certain degree, then just wear it home with him or her.
Exactly.
Right.
And I do think some things are inappropriate to wear, whether you're single or not. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think that like social media has been a big
self-respect.
It has taken self-worth down to absolute minimum proportions, because girls now feel like they have to literally show everything they have to offer to be considered beautiful. But when you look at back in 1995, when you got Angela Bassett, who's on the red carpet, she dressed from head to toe, and people were like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful, she's this and she's that. And then you have these people that, that when Queen Latifah, I think she's a beautiful girl. Now, because of her shape, does she wear a whole bunch of revealing things? No. But what she wears makes her just as beautiful as somebody who's half naked.
Correct.
So I think that women wear certain things to get attention. But what bothers me is, like the girl you talking about, Houston.
Yeah.
You wear things to get attention, and then when you get said attention, you have an attitude about it.
Right.
Like, well, what you wear it for?
Right. Because if you wear something like that, and then you get an attitude when somebody says, "Hey, excuse me, what?" Folks always bothering folks. Why they always what you want? You the one with the outfit on. You're the one wearing that to make him say that.
Can't get mad with nobody. Yeah,
exactly. Right. You wore it to catch attention, but you trying to catch a certain type of attention from a certain person. Right. But your outfit don't say, if you ain't 6'2", 250, 6-pack, whatever, $100,000, a year. If that ain't written on your backside, right, whoever looking at you gonna hit on you.
True.
Well, look, I'm gonna wrap it up with this. There's a lot of beautiful people out here, beautiful women, and they have dated the 6'2", 6'3", 225, the muscle bound guy, perfectly in shape, and still ain't got nobody, because you were looking for the wrong thing.
Yep.
He got so many other women hitting after him the same way.
Yep.
So he doesn't have to be with you. And if he does be with you for a short time, it ain't lasting.
Nope.
So you need to find somebody that's going to be great for you and treat you well, and you treat him well. Now, this thing that people say you need to find, I don't know how I feel about it. It might work and it might be true, especially for women. They say, women, you need to find somebody that adore you more than you adore him, and you be happy because you're always going to be trying to keep you happy. I think you're supposed to try to do that on both ends.
Yeah.
But I see people do that. They're married, what they call married down, but it ain't so much down. You really marrying what you can get. I mean, that's the person for you.
There you go.
They keep talking about, I'm not gonna marry down. I'm not gonna marry down. Well, if up is where you're supposed to be, where is that guy looking for you? There's plenty of guys looking for you. So look, we're gonna bring this up again. We done look. I have enjoyed tonight. We've had a great show.
Thanks to Jay, because like I said, his song, when I listened to just the hook, kind of put me in my feelings for a minute, because it does. You kind of go back down memory lane and see these relationships that just came in your life and went away, and they fade away after time. You know what I'm saying? So, but great show.
Yes, tonight. Great show.
I think we had an awesome show.
Yes.
I'm so forward to trying to get together and get down to see Tamika Hill's play Outside Looking In.
We're going to start planning that and figuring out how we're going to make that work.
And I just talked to Jay, just sent me a message and said, thanks for having him on the show. He had a great time. I told him, we're trying to have him next week, actually in the studio. So we'll see if we can get that on the books. Houston, if I'm not working that weekend, I'm down for going down either really early and trying to get some interviews with them.
Right.
Or probably staying the night Friday.
We'll
trying to go down there. So but it's up to you guys how you want to do it.
Well, you ladies stick right there for a hot second. I'm going to end the show. But everybody had a great show. Good night.
So much. I appreciate you, Courtney, coming back. You're always welcome. You're now a staple part of Keeping It 100, because we can always be connected. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Night, folks. Guys.